84 pounds, Zach Slotin out of Colorado Mesa. 66 wins in his career against Jacob Waste, to Cal Baptist, a team that, for the most part, I think it is official. They have all but official. They have wrapped up the team title.
Yes, they have.
Trying to extend that winning march, and Jacob Waste ranked 5th in the nation. Slotin 7-2 this season. He has battled injuries, so this has all the makings for a great contest here at 184.
Yeah, Slotin, you know, both these guys have spent their time in their weight room, haven't they?
Slotin, a guy who is known to so good on his feet. Goes more into the defensive zone, takes a shot in the eye here, seconds into this first period.
Got Jacob Waste coming out of Apple Valley, Minnesota, which is one of the perennial powerhouses in the nation, always ranked high in the nation as a high school program. Slotin coming out of Idaho, where he was an Idaho State champion.
Of course, Lenny Zaleski wrestled at Iowa, so the Midwest, familiar recruiting grounds to the head coach at Cal Baptist.
Jacob Waste, an All-American last year, took 5th in the country for Cal Baptist at 184 pounds in 2015.
He's 4-2 coming into this tournament. He's picked up 2 wins prior to this championship match, so 6-2. These guys good on their feet, and Slotin known to work more in the defensive end, so perhaps a low-scoring bout here at 184.
Waste currently ranked #1 in the Super 4 region rankings, and that tournament will come up at the end of the month here at Western State to determine who qualifies for nationals.
If you're Jacob Waste, you have a defensive wrestler like Slotin. How do you attack a guy like Slotin?
You got to keep him off balance. You got to keep him guessing. Lots of motion, lots of pump fakes so that he can't tell when you're coming to set up his defense before you get in.
We have wrestled 2 minutes here in the first.
Still a little bit of a filling out process, some hand fighting back and forth, and a lot of level changes to keep each other off balance and keep each other honest.
In terms of the way the officials see it, at what point do they start to decide, hey, this starts to become stalling or more defensive mode than the attack mode?
If one of these guys took 2 solid shots in a row, we would see a stall call. And what I mean by solid shots is not just a level change, but hit their knee, put themselves in danger to be covered up in a front headlock position. So right now we're still just seeing, oh, there's a solid attempt. If we see one more of those, you might get a stall call.
So Slotin near out of bounds as Waste looks to pull back in. Final 12 seconds here, the first, and go back to the center here with 11 seconds showing on the clock.
We get a stall warning on Zach Slotin there for backing out of bounds in that front headlock position.
Zach really keeps those hands in tight.
He does, and he is very solid in defense, and you can tell he's a strong kid. He's been around. Not going to be an easy score here.
Chuck Pfeiffer, former CSU Pueblo, at the time Southern Colorado grad. 10 seasons in Grand Junction, and what a job he has done with that program. Of course, they reinstated it, and they have certainly been up and running the last couple of years. Been a real force in this league.
Absolutely. Last year they had their first national champion in James Martinez, and that can only be good for recruiting.
Also won the dual title, team dual title in the RMAC.
Yeah. They've done a solid job there. They have some solid assistants, and you know, they've definitely taking care of their athletics there, put some money in their athletic program, as have a lot of the RMAC schools. It seems like there's a RMAC arms race as far as facilities go on right now.
Second period, a 1-0 lead for Mesa. Zach Slotin, 66 wins in his career, with the early advantage. So 8th match of the night, 2 to go. We got Paul Wilson and Paul Head coming up at 197 in the heavyweight bout. Fagiano and Mitchell, and stay tuned. That is going to be some kind of showdown to wrap up what has been a great night of wrestling.
Yeah, 2 guys that are ranked high in the country, 1-6, 1-4, and it's going to be an exciting bout to close us out.
Waste 15 seconds to go here in the second. Still looking to get on the board. And that's the way period number 2 comes to an end. So Waste going down, trying to even it up here, or perhaps take the lead with the reversal.
2 minutes to close this out. We'll see if these guys start taking more risks here in this last period.
So Slotin lets him up, and we're even at 1 here.
Seems like they're picking up their pace a little bit here, and the hand fight, at least, they're picking up the hand fight a little, pulling more, just trying to snap more. Keep in mind that Slotin has a stall call as well, so he can't afford to play the out of bounds line.
And Cal Baptist is a team in the driver's seat. It looks like they have all but wrapped up their first ever team title in the RMAC. We'll wait for the official results, but Marcus and I checked the numbers. It doesn't look like Western had a chance to catch them. Our last chance with Austin Harris, he got the win, but it's probably too little too late.
Yeah, it'll put them a few points closer, but so close yet so far.
What a job Cal Baptist has done under Lenny Zaleski in his 5th season at the helm in Riverside. Talk about fertile recruiting grounds, the state of California, all kinds of talent for Lenny Zaleski.
Absolutely. If you can keep your in-state talent at home and get a couple from that Oregon and Washington, you could pretty much recruit just the West Coast and have a successful team there.
And that's a state with just 1 classification, so if a guy makes some noise in California, that says something.
Absolutely. You're truly a state champion and the state champion in the state of California, and just the process to even qualify for state is long because they have so many schools. They go through a sectionals, a districts, what they call as masters, and then finally a state tournament. So there's 3 qualifying tournaments just to get to the state tournament.
Well, for the second time here tonight, sudden death overtime. Tied at 1.
Double-leg attempt by Slotin, but it looked like there was a little bit too much distance in between him and Waste. Another double-leg
set up. That shot. 20 seconds into this sudden death overtime. Boy, Waste really leaning and not able to get there as he goes out of bounds. 30 seconds to go and overtime number 1. Slotin trying to grab that right hand. Oh, lean and push by a Waste. 15 seconds to go.
looks like we're going to ride this out into the 30-30 and see you for the second time this evening.
Double overtime here at 184. Jacob Waste, Zach Slotin knotted at 1. And it's Jacob Waste going down here as he looks to jump out in front. So both get an opportunity here for lotting time, 30 seconds apiece. Waste quickly to his feet for an easy one.
20 seconds left. Let's see if either guy takes any real risks here, if they're going to just ride this out and go into the next 30-30.
And it looks like that will be the case. So 30 seconds to go. And we will see if Zach Slotin can even it up. Waste with a 2-1 lead here. Double overtime. If he holds on, he'll win the title.
Cal Baptist looking for their second individual champion tonight, as is Colorado Mesa.
Trying to rip those hands free. 16 seconds to go. Big ride by Jacob Waste. He's got 16 seconds. Separating himself at an individual championship here at 184.
Slotin goes to a tripod, stands up, tries to separate his hips.
6 seconds, 5, 4. Does he have enough? Slotin trying to get away and stalling. A warning called. 2 seconds to go, and may not be enough time.
No, you heard his coaches here frantic in the corner when Waste got in on the ankle. They were begging for him just to start kicking, but he turned down and gave Waste a chance to eat up a lot of time clock.
Well, Jacob Waste, what a showing in double overtime. He gets the win, 2-1. Great effort by Slotin and Waste, but it's Waste coming up a champion at